So, hey guys, welcome back to Occultists Anonymous, sponsored by Roll20, the Onyx Path, and viewers like you. Thank you to our patrons. The list keeps growing, and of course, because we missed a week, there's even more of you. So a special shout out to everybody who supports us and shares and stuff like that, but a specific noted, because I have your names all on the list here. Yes, you're on a list. To Al, Alan Michael, Alex, Alexander, Algos, Berdur, Bernie, Blood Angel Veronus. I think Emissary finally got his name changed. Brandon, Danny, Doc, Emil, Giovanni, Jack, James, Jenny, John, Josh, Julian, Cat Feathers, Melissa, Michael, Moku, Noba, One True Michael, Perry, Puppeteer, Raymond, Roy Visgrad, Ryan, Schmitty, Sebastian, Sina, Songbird's Prelate, Stefan, Serranis, Terry, The Banty, Thomas, Usuf Sama, Firekeeper, and Zoltan. Thank you all very much for your support. And speaking of support, if you happen to notice up there in that corner, we have a little tracker. There's a little Tiltify thing there. And basically, starting today and running through into next week, we have, or the Onyx Path stream team, all of us who are on here are basically doing a whole stream, I don't want to say contest, but a charity drive. That's the proper term for it. And basically, the short blurb of it is, this isn't my writing, so you can blame Travis for any of this that sounds, overly done or anything like that. But it has been an exceptionally rough year. In the light of these trying times, Onyx Path has put together a week of programming to benefit several amazing charities in the hopes of bringing a little light in the darkness. Now, through next Friday, we're running charity campaigns via Tiltify for the Bail Project, Doctors Without Borders, RAIN, Transgender Law Center, and the Trevor Project. These campaigns each have one or more streams in the schedule this week coming up. With donation incentives, including player and ST aid like bonus dice. So not for our game, because I wasn't prepped for it, and also I don't want you guys messing with my game. Bonus dice for some of those different games, and at certain levels of donation, there are also PDFs that you can get. So donate X amount. I do not remember off the top of my head what levels they are, but if you donate X amount, then you can get a PDF for free, air quotes, because you're giving a donation. But and so yeah, for the full overview, check the link I am dropping in chat, and then YouTube guys. You'll just have to check it out. And if you can't watch one of them live, you can obviously go here and view the charities all week long. Okay, never mind. Maybe I'll put it in the comments, YouTube. Sorry. And then we're also encouraging folks to give to the Badhana group through Just Giving at the other link I'm dropping into chat. The Badhana group has at its heart the mission and vision of using gaming to bring people together and to use games to teach valuable skills that most of all are taken from the table into life. And so yeah, if you guys are able to support, please do. If you can't give, share the word and spread it around. There is a bunch of these different things. I do know some of the streams that are coming up next week are going to be some special streams. There is one I know of. I can't remember what day it is, but the DM basically said, everybody just go make up a character from whatever system.
Oh, God.
And I'm going to put you and the Calvin Ball RPG. Yes, Craig, that face. Yeah, I was like, excuse me, you're doing what? And I was like, it's going to be 3 or 4, and I think there's going to be like 5 players. So, yeah, so that's going to be a thing. Keep an eye out for it. I'm not 100% sure when it is. But yeah, so that's going to be a thing. And there's going to be a bunch of wacky stuff, and we've got a bunch of different groups that are going to be a bunch of different streams that are set up to donate to a bunch of different groups. Cool. Yes, I feel offer for that ST/DM. Yeah, but apparently it was their idea, so And there is Travis mentioning $40 for one PDF, $50 for a core book and a supplement, and that's going to be based off of what's available on the schedule. So, there you go. Hi, Travis. Cool. Right.
Playing,
the last time
D&D, being
D&D,
wizards or something.
We got a wizard, a sorcerer, a warlock. It's up to you guys to figure out who's who. Actually, that one's actually really easy. Craig is the wizard, Ash is the warlock, and Chris is definitely the sorcerer.
I prefer the term witch. Just
Sure. You cast out of a book, you're a wizard.
Cool, dude.
Yeah. Okay. When we last left, the cabal had said goodbye to Zolius, sent him on his way, tacitly agreed to, hey, we'll kill your boss and Mr. Graves, and in exchange you will hook us up with information when we need it about the location of the grimoire. And man, they were relaxed, and then they just took the day off and didn't do anything dumb. Oh wait, no. Atratus safely traveled with Shanna into the gauntlet, into the shadow across the gauntlet, and met some werewolves that were traipsing by and decided to poke and prod them with a stick. Fortunately, they were not rising to the bait because there was only the 4 of them. And then they, bebopped off, and then immediately Ash was like, I'm a snitch, and let Logan know, hey, there are some other werewolves in the area. And Logan said, that might be sad and pathetic, or it might be a problem, so we'll go find out. And I believe that's more or less where we had left off. So we pick up now. But where do we want to pick off? Pick up from, whatever.
I'm just a little sad that Weird wasn't there to hear the interaction between Shauna and Atratus, because I'd be like, yeah, I know, right?
Listen, all 3 of you need to sit in the naughty corner. You each get a different corner for making dumb decisions and just jumping.
Spider-Man pointing dot meme.
Yes, I was like,
I'm not making dumb decisions, though. No one's ever in any danger.
Antagonized a werewolf pack pretty harshly.
They weren't in danger that you were aware of. But yeah, if nobody has like a ooh me first, I will set the scene here for us. Cool.
Sounds good.
So we pick up in Songbird's Oneros.
Hey y'all.
And for Chris, for Songbird, this is odd because this was one of those, I'm just gonna take a little lunch and sit here in this chair, and your eyes just kind of closed and then stayed closed for a little bit longer.
Oh, it wasn't intentional. Fun.
Nope. And you feel this draw, and it's definitely one of those we'll use the term consensual kind of things. You feel this beckoning hand from Valkyrie, and just in your dream, in your sleep, just kind of naturally take it. You and Valkyrie have a pretty good relationship, and are drawn down into your Oneros through your dreams. And you wake up in effectively a war room. Think World War II uniforms,
with the big board?
A sandbag bunker.
No, with the big board, we're talking more
Gentlemen, you can't fight in here. This is the war room.
Yes, very, very much that. Not quite like on the front lines bunker.
True.
And you have a mix of, Valkyrie / Songbird, Acanthus figures moving about. But notably, you see a blending of them. Like when you last were here in your Oneros, you saw various versions of Songbird. Now you are seeing some other names and faces that you sort of recognize. Well, one really stands out when you see it. It starts to click. You see Colossus face, on, in a matching Songbird body, and this kind of weird cross of, life magic, and then spot another Forge Master that you recognize, and another Forge Master that you recognize, and where those people, the sympathetic connection you have is like, oh, okay, literally drawing on that to create new faces for you to see within your Oneros, and they're moving and scurrying and sending out messages. And then you see Valkyrie, who is in like general patent level, helmet 4 stars. Actually, I think probably all 5 stars. And kind of looks up and just gives you the come hither finger and points with a little writing crop down to a large board, and says, "All right, so here's our plan of attack." And on the table, in a legit sand table, that's been done up and marked out, is astrally relevant, I guess, in different sections, things that you are working on for your big project. There's a little section of materials that has a bunch of little Songbird miniature figures stacked out, covered, got that. There's a little section that has these little sneaky looking songbirds that appear to be infiltrating a little map marker that says information, or it says intelligence. Yeah, I know.
Small section. We haven't had contact with them in many days.
And a couple different other. I think everything's fine. Lots of dog barking and a thump. Oh, somebody came by. That's why. I like having the window right here where I can see the stairs. Thank you, UPS guy. Anyways, so yes, a little section of intelligence, a little section of research, a little section of all these different aspects of your project, and it's all centered around and have little red arrows pointing toward a giant golden question mark smack dab in the middle of the table. Valkyrie kind of looks over at you and says, "So what do you think? You actually going to do this? It's on your say."
Yeah.
You realize that we're going to be committing all of our forces to this.
Arm up on her shoulder. General, there's never been a more worthy cause.
Okay. And there's some definite hesitation, but she gets it. We're going to have to make sure everything else is in order. Because, and kind of looks over and all sorts of different maps and displays. And then up there is a flapping kind of hanging cabal symbol and stuff like that, and says, "We are still the Banner Warden. Until we are no longer here, that's our gig. We got to make sure that they're set, they're prepared. I mean, hell, a replacement? Because let's be honest.
Can anyone replace me?
No, nobody can replace us, you ass. But let's be honest. I mean, really? We're going to leave Weird and Atratus to run this thing? We gotta get somebody in there with, some sense of, tactical awareness. You understand what I'm saying. But okay. Cool. All right. Well, this is big epiphany time. This is and she like hooks arm in arm with you, walks over to the big desk that just has a little nameplate that just says Songbird, and pulls over ye olde like
Songbird,
right, and has a big, heavy, old school metal, microphone. She taps the button a couple times. You hear a little static of, sound going. So like, you have anything to say to the troops? And out of character, to not completely put Chris on the spot, this is the whole, what kind of epiphany have you had? What realization has put you to, as I don't know if anybody's made a comment yet in chat, Gnosis 5?
Shit, what fucking word did we come up with the other day?
Oh shit, yeah. Hang on, we gotta scroll back.
I have this like vague concept of what my new virtue is, but I couldn't figure out a good solid single or short phrase for it. I scroll back, us talking about Gideon the Ninth for like a million days.
Mm-hmm. Somewhere in between that.
Mentioned one in just like our general chat.
Oh, was it in just that chat?
Like our chat.
Right. Oh yeah, there it is. Oh yeah, we were like, high speech would be really good. Yeah, was it dispassionate, steadfast, patient?
Yeah. So it's Songbird realizes that they, especially with a hasty vice, and I'm sure there's like the vice Songbird is like pushed over in a corner, like surrounded by like ammunition and shit, just like, when do we go?
the Bolshevik Muppet.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Songbird has realized that to completely be willing to commit to what is next, that there's a bit of growth that needs to happen, and in the sense of more like spiritual growth, of like detachment, and there's an underlying bit of like zen to it, of like you may have to do things that are not, maybe something the old Songbird would do, and you may have to be willing to let go of things to achieve your goals. So I think dispassionate, is specifically in the mechanics of the virtue, is like pushing for this thing at cost of like interpersonal relationships and stuff like that. I think is which doesn't sound like a good virtue, but I hope it makes sense.
Oh yeah, well, and it's, similar to a lot of the different, like, I love the fact that ambition is a virtue and a vice. Like, there are some virtues that, yes, are absolutely good, and if you take it too far, become a problem. So yeah, right. That's why I originally suggested dispassionate, and be like, yep, no, that's fine. I need to cut my arm off for this. All right, cut my arm off. We're just going to do it. So yeah, stoic is also a good one. Thank you. So yeah, we have a couple people saying stoic. No, nothing for the greater good. Get that Tau shit out. You're welcome, 40K fans. So definitely not altruistic.
Noctol, if you're going to be my prelate, you cannot support the Tau. That's just one of the core concepts of my exarchy.
So okay. Yeah, and I think with that, the speech that in classic dream fashion you give, you have no memory of giving it, but you remember that it was very, very good, right? Yeah. There's quiet applause, and then Valkyrie like snaps, is like, all right, everybody back to work. And the quick, scurry of ants as they have things to do. And Valkyrie kind of takes you by the shoulders, kind of looks you in the eye and says, I'm on board for this. Let's do this. And hopefully this
You've
isn't
been
the
ready
last
for this longer than I have.
Yeah, but now that I'm here, and now that we're here, and now that the next step is literally the next step, and then just gnarly bear hug and says, this better not be the last time I see you, but in case it is.
And I'll reach down and I guess probably like forces and prime sounds right for it, and also right for me to do this with. And that question mark at the center of the table like turns into like gold filigree blueprint of the weapon set that I'm creating.
Cool. Very, very good. And also with this, because actually, was there anything else you were going to do in your Oneirus? Do you have any other plans? Okay. This also reminded me that we shortchanged Weird/Craig, because Craig got Gnosis 5 over the 6-month break, and I forgot to ask. So, Craig, what was Weird's big realization, especially since had 6 months of improving her wisdom and stuff like that? What was the thing that kicked off and went, ooh, I get it, as she jumped down the cliff?
It was in the process of founding her legacy, Weird detached herself from her past, and that made her realize a lot of the shit she was carrying around from that. It was the source of all her rage. It was the scars that she had carrying with her were, in a way, kind of holding her back. And having been freed from that in the process of founding her legacy, has kind of opened up new vistas for her. She's a little more dispassionate about that kind of stuff, and she's not carrying that weight or that negative energy that she used to be carrying for such a long time.
Cool.
But also there was go ahead. There was also the aspect of motherhood, which is kind of a gaping hole in her life, and that has sort of been fulfilled now because she's directed those nurturing, caring, looking after people energies into the cabal. So she's kind of found that as her focus. Just as Songbird's prepared to leave us all behind.
Well, I mean, sort of.
Yeah.
But, now that's it. Yeah. Vortex. Dispassionate. Yeah. Everybody's going dispassionate. One thing I was going to say, and because we didn't do it in the past couple of sessions, there was no virtue advice change for Weird at that point.
No, not really.
Cool. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and moments later, then Chris, Songbird's head kind of jerks back up. That one of those little micro naps where you just, your head fell and it's like, wait, hang on. Yeah, no, pretty sure that actually happened because astral time is just whatever time I want it to be because I'm the DM.
Most people donate.
Plot, yeah.
So cool. And that takes care of that. So yes, not only is that Gnosis 5, but that's also Prime 5 because
I saved up a bunch of XP.
all at once, which is very cool. Righto. And for some reason, I feel like that's when, Atratus shows back up, with Shanna, or more specifically, comes out of the ritual room with a giant fucking leopard, and Shanna. You guys can pursue Ghost Wolf stuff. I know you guys had some other plans too. We can go wherever you would like from here.
I really want to follow up on the werewolves.
I figured you would. But
and I don't know if we want to get to it now, but I wanted to take a slightly different tack on my next door with Moonkeeper. I was gonna try and tackle Red Dread.
Sure, we can do that too. Bear in mind, folks at home, all Craig said he wanted to do this week was open a new door with Moonkeeper. No prep for this shit. This is what I'm talking about. Like, remember, kids, if your DM is like, hey, what are you guys planning this week? Give them like a little heads up. But that's full.
It's always Craig.
It's always Craig.
I would like to point out.
Yeah, nobody else would ever do that and want to randomly summon a, entity, blood entities, or no, that's fair. You gave me a heads up on that one. Yeah, you gave me a heads up on that one. So cool. How do you plan on air quote taking on Red Dread?
I'm hoping to come up with a way to, because Moonkeeper is very much in Red Dread's pocket, is my interpretation of their relationship. And I wanted to try and separate them a little. That's kind of what I was.
Now, question: how?
Well, I thought an idea just might come to me. And we're shifting the odds, and
yeah, I was gonna say that. I was about to say that's not how this works, but damn it, we asked with Fate 5, it sure is.
Yes.
Or at least some stuff might, kind of fall into your lap. Here,
and I'm not trying to destroy the relationship or anything. I'm just trying to give Moonkeeper a little more perspective on Red Dread, because I don't feel that he has that. My interpretation of their interactions is that Moonkeeper is very uncritical of what Red Dread says.
I feel like he knows Red Dread way better than you do, though.
Right. Sure. I was going to say, actually,
I don't know if you can see my eyebrow, but I physically cannot make it go any higher.
Because you don't know him. Moonkeeper's been working with him closely for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
And this is actually perfect because we don't often roll some of these dice. So let's actually do it. Give me let's say politics or streetwise roll with the appropriate attribute. So let's see, with politics, it would probably be wits plus politics. If you're going to use streetwise, probably wits.
Okay. Not my best suit, so we'll see how that goes. I can change that.
Sort of. This is one of those things where fate kind of irritates me because yes, there is where is this thing? Serendipity. Wait, is it serendipity? No. Is this stupid spell? Oh crap, is it actually serendipity? It can't be. Yep, it sure is.
Yeah.
So bear in mind that would be
because I've been working on subterfuge to build up my rapport with Moonkeeper. So I think I'll use serendipity to swap streetwise for subterfuge.
Sort of. That's not.
Okay.
Oh, actually, that would be in the same category, which is fine. Normally, though, this would be one of those things of you need to cast a spell first, but you were literally talking about casting a spell, so I'm not going to make a big deal about that. But yeah. Go ahead and craft up whatever serendipity spell Weird had planned, because sure. Obviously you've already stated the goal that you were after at anyways, so yeah.
Yeah, so just.
But yeah, serendipity, Fate 1 with that 2 extra reach is dumb.
I don't need any potency.
You will need potency to because for each potency.
Oh yeah, right.
Allows you to make different rolls. So if you want this to be an ongoing thing, which you kind of do. Now that said, you already have 5 potency because it is a potency spell. And while Craig is getting that thing set up, Ash, was there a specific way Atreides was going to try and follow up with the Ghost Wolves?
I mean, give it a little while, see if I get a call back.
Oh, from Logan? Mm-hmm.
If it's, yeah. Or if he doesn't call me back, I'm going to call him in a little bit.
Cool. So picking up another potency, some extra duration, counter bonus. Cool. And so what reach are we using here?
So instant cast, advanced duration, the +2 for the other thing, and I guess I only need 4.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right, and then
So
just for our records, and so we can make sure it applies. What is the stated goal of this serendipity spell?
I want to be able to substitute my subterfuge.
Well, no.
In my
in character, Weird is stating a goal. I need some guidance to do this thing.
Sure, I need to be able to. I'm looking for a way to allow Moonkeeper a little more separation from Red Dread, to be a little more critical, a little less accepting of what Red Dread says. I'm not trying to ruin the relationship. I'm just trying to give Moonkeeper the space to go.
The perspective.
Yes.
Sure.
Exactly.
All right. Do some quick math.
13 dice, 1 success.
13 dice, 1 success. Songbird roll.
Yeah.
Okay. But sure, you get it. Now, yeah, we'll go ahead and go with it. I'm going back and forth on whether or not this knowledge roll would necessarily benefit from your subterfuge, because that's the whole point of the politics and streetwise. But I'm gonna let it roll because why not? You have 7 dice for it, and so 6 dice. So this will just be one of them. So yeah, wits plus. Well, you could literally actually I think does it only swap skill rolls? Yeah, only swap skill rolls. So yeah, wits plus subterfuge instead. Oh, you put willpower into it?
Yep. I'll take that.
Well, okay
7.
then. Yep. 10 dice, 7 successes. That's more like weird. Cool. So yeah,
I'm always usually at the extremes, right? It's either like 1 or none or a billion. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So with that, and for me, this is more of using subterfuge, and basically, I am expecting actually using your cult and some of your various contacts to just ask questions around, learn some stuff. Especially you've got like Borsine that knows quite a bit coming from the Silver Ladder. The Silver Ladder is all about some gossip. And then, of course, your various
Spill
guardians.
that tea.
Yep. And the various guardians that you're linked to who are definitely keeping tabs on, the adamantine arrow. Yeah. The couple things that you kind of suss out about Moonkeeper and Red Dread's relationship is Moonkeeper follows Red Dread because Red Dread is the adamant sage. Like, this is not a strong relationship. This is Moonkeeper following the hierarchy.
Sure.
This is not, and this is fine because this is new knowledge for Weird. This is not a Moonkeeper is in Redred's pocket so much as Moonkeeper believes in what the adamantine arrow stands for and sees Redred as being like the leader or one of, I can't remember how many adamant sages are in a caucus, but is there just one? Okay. Yeah. So that's just like, his thing. So it just means that Weird has to retool her plan a little bit, but
yeah. But that still gives me an angle to work on. Because sometimes the best followers are the ones who ask you questions and are willing to speak truth to power and not just accept everything the boss says.
Oh yeah, the most patriotic thing you can do is be, critical of your government.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's the angle I'm going to play it at.
Cool. And do you have a specific next step in the plan yet, or are you going to percolate a little bit?
I think you're going to percolate a little bit.
Perfect. So, Tritus, you and Shanna kind of chit chat a little bit. Probably grab a sandwich that Titus whipped up. Have a little chit chat, and then Shanna kind of was like, "Okay, this was fun. I appreciate it. We'll do this again." But that time I'll be prepared. Otherwise gives you a hug and gets out.
Hashtag Atratus things.
Right.
I really do just want to stress further. It's like, no, seriously, I would not have done that if I thought we were in danger. I'm not going to go recklessly feeding you to some wild werewolves in the shadow.
Oh yeah, and she's with it. It's just like it was out of her control, and so it was all on you. And let's be honest, Shanna is one of those people that likes to have things in her own control. And like I said, it's one of those things where she was like, "No, I get it." And like I said, afterwards it was fine, but at the moment I was not cool with it. Yeah, no relationship harm or anything like that. It was just, it's a new experience. Think there's possibly a joke about maybe we get a safe word next time. And he pops out of there. Like I said, you chill out. Songbird wakes up from her nap. And, but it's about an hour or two goes by and you get a call back from Logan, who says, "So we found him."
Huh?
That doesn't sound good.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
Well, it's wolves meeting wolves, and you hear like the dropping conversation on his side, and you can hear the sounds of like a little bit of groaning of somebody in pain. She says, "So there was a small little tussle territory thing. Everybody is alive."
Good.
But Miss Ambassador want to come and play mediator?
Between you and them?
Well, yeah, because if it keeps going this way, they're not yielding. We're not going to yield. Somebody's going to get seriously hurt. So they're currently holed up in a 7-Eleven. We've basically signaled the fire alarm, and we have the fire trucks surrounding the place. The cops are going to be here soon and wondering why there's no fire. So if you want to come and, square this up, and yeah, that'd be great.
Sure. I'll see if I can help. Yeah, and I'll call up Weird and Songbird and fill them in on what's going on if you want to come.
I imagine everybody's here.
I don't feel incredibly safe doing this by myself.
If you didn't invite me to werewolf fight, we would the shattering of the cabal.
I just want to make sure that I understand.
Going to be a fight.
You're asking us to step in between two fighting packs of werewolves?
They're not fighting.
Wait, just passionate.
Yet.
No. Calm. Centered.
I just like the idea of you doing this actually.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure I understood the situation. I'm down for it.
Yeah, they're not fighting yet. The goal is to stop that from happening.
Sure.
Noctol says the poor 7-Eleven worker behind the counter just screaming and pointing to the no dog sign.
Okay.
No. Cool. And Logan gives you the address of the 7-Eleven. And so the whole cabal rolls up to the place, unless you guys, for whatever reason, decide that Network and Rose should sit this out. Both of them have
I don't see any reason they shouldn't show.
Yeah, both of them have reason to show, and are also like, they're part of the cabal, and the cabal is doing stuff in their territory, because it is literally that east end of your guys' territory. They're, nice little 7-Eleven, doesn't even have a gas station. It's just one of the little, like convenience store.
There's no gas stations in New York.
Right. Outside are 2 fire trucks that have kind of blocked off the area. There's a little fire marshal's car. You see Moraine is kind of like, organizing some firefighters, most who you guys recognize. Suits are off, like everything is under control, but they're like, clearing the area. You hear talk about gas leak and stuff like that. Bunch of bullshit. Moraine, like you guys approach, and of course it's the 5 of you, so it is a mixed bag of people. Because at least when the werewolves show up, everyone's like, yeah, they're all together. The 5 of
Those
you,
are all, yeah,
right? The 5 of you show up, and everyone's like, why the fuck? What? Yeah.
Why do they all have birds?
Yes. Like one of the normal human mortal folks sees you and like whoa, and Moraine just like there's a snap and like just a little hand motion and like shit, all right, sorry, and like pulls the little barrier over and like looks back, and then there's the gears turn. Oh, that's you. Okay, hey, nice to meet you guys. As you like are moving into towards the 7-Eleven, you see Jake is there near the entrance, and is kind of chatting with Jake. Logan and Jake.
Jake is chatting with Jake.
Logan is chatting with Jake. Thank you. I was like, wait a second. I feel like I missed a name there. And both of them are in like the full suit, stuff. Helmets are on, and Jake has his axe.
It was Logan's axe.
Damn it!
Logan's
yes.
axe.
Sorry, my brother's name is Jake, and I have
is-
such regrets putting him in here because I always default to that. But yes, no, Logan has his axe, which is kind of like up on his shoulder and kind of ready. And Jake kind of looks over and growls.
Hey, Network.
Yeah.
Network.
Uh-huh.
Like tapping on the shoulder. Go tell him we're here to help.
No, I'm not going to let you do this. I'm just
Like
no.
Network pats Atratus and says, "We've been doing this for 6 months. I get what Stormlords are."
Get it? We're here to help.
Yeah, followed promptly by like the cane that he carries and just a swap right across like your stomach.
Yeah. I was gonna say go for like the shins.
Yeah,
hurt.
that's true. The 5 of you kind of roll up. Jake looks over and like there's a growl, and it is just like pure territorial, like this is my shit. And like you can look at Logan's eyes and can tell Logan is the one who basically reached out to you guys, and Jake probably is not happy that he did so.
Yeah.
But Jake probably just kind of steps up to Songbird and kind of does the eye up thing.
What's up, dude? You're looking good.
They don't get anything from our territory.
Yeah.
And then just like draws away. Very, very, very clearly like not happy with this, but we kind of signed an agreement. This area is your territory. it also is also their territory. So there's, some shared custody stuff. But Logan kind of looks over and says, yeah, so it's tense. This is the best, isn't it?
Yeah, wasn't supposed to go like this.
It wasn't. But they got uppity, said some other stuff, talked shit about the moon.
Spill that tea, girl. Spill that tea.
It's okay.
What was her name?
I put them
The one I was
all
talking
in
to
Conca.
seemed reasonable.
Chloe Cook.
Yeah. Oh, they're all in Conca.
They're all in Conca.
She's the only one whose name I got. The rest never.
There
was one of them that was real snippy and wanted to kill me. But she seemed reasonable.
Right, and to because you did get all of their name. Whoops. You did get all of their names. Oh my gosh! Please, Conca. Oh, hey, fun fact, folks at home. Conca just had an update, and now you can upload maps. Not just an image of a map, but a map that you can put locations on. So.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh yeah, that's right. You weren't here when I was talking about that.
You weren't on the call yet.
So the New York map is up and has one location on it. We'll get the other ones up here shortly. Now that I know I didn't break it. But yeah, so that'll be up. And like they haven't ever even seen my map of the stuff, so that's going to be up on Conca soon. Anyways, so yes, you have Chloe Cook. You have two of them who were more aggressive. Then there was another one who was kind of more neutral and was a little more ready to like, dude, we don't want to mess with sorcerers. All told, you have Chloe Cook, Brett Sawyer, Braden Calderon, and Evan Kearney. So the four of them.
Oh yeah, I got their names on it inside her head.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah.
And then Brett and Chloe are women, and Braden and Evan, the two hotheads, are guys.
Were there two of them talking about wanting to kill me, or was it just the one?
Oh no, it was the two of them.
Both of them. Okay.
Yeah. More meta stuff that that Atratus does not know, but those two are Rahu. That's how the dice rolled. So inside the 7-Eleven, like behind Logan, you can see a very terrified guy who's behind the counter and is like pressed
Didn't
up.
let him out.
No. And because between him and the door are two large men in Dalu form. One of which has like a broken off what looks like probably was a mop handle and like snapped at the end to give a bit of a point, and the other guy is carrying a sawed-off shotgun. The other two are at least as you were kind of looking in the windows, you can't see. And so Logan kind of looks out at, everything going on out there, looks over his shoulders. He's like, yeah, everything just went fucked.
So you were involved with all this, Atratus?
Me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Met them in the shadow. Gave these guys a heads up. Logan went to go check out what the homeless wolves were all about. Turns out they're kind of assholes. And now we get to stop this.
Well, and I'd say it very quietly so that only the new ones are probably afraid.
Yeah, they don't... Again, if we can talk to Chloe, that's probably our best bet. She's the one whose thoughts I saw. They're homeless. They want somewhere to settle down. They can't do that here, because, yeah. But also they don't know anything about werewolves. Even though they are werewolves.
I can really relate to that, actually.
And you end up a wizard and sort of wander around without anyone telling you what's up.
Yep.
Life 2 to make someone go to sleep.
To make
You
a
also do
person go
mind.
asleep. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. That's what that spell is.
Okay.
But
Instant sensory, advanced duration, swap factor.
Okay.
So
For
3
the
dice of paradox, if you would.
Sure. And just to clarify, who are you targeting?
The 7-Eleven employee.
That's what I figured, but. Ooh. Oh, my reroll didn't get me anything. Ugh. Cool. 1 little bashing wound.
11 dice.
Yeah. 6 successes. You want to bypass his withstand?
I would like a condition.
We're just give yourself the mediator condition.
Cool.
Yeah, it does what it sounds like.
All right. So that guy just.
Yeah,
This is a lot to handle. I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah, and you guys, yeah, and I imagine with your yantras, it's just a little flow of influence, like no motion or anything, and just eyes kind of feel a little heavy, and well, I don't think I'm immediately in danger here, so I'm gonna get some sleep while I can. Kind of like curls down behind the counter, which caused both of the werewolves to kind of look back as they hear this slump and change in breathing, and the one with the shotgun kind of like hefts himself up and kind of looks over behind the counter and sees the guy just curled up, and like there's a bit of laughing, like nervous, like what the fuck is that? Like is the guy narcoleptic? But okay, he's asleep, whatever. And yeah, so that happens. Boom. Network kind of looks over and says, and kind of looks over at Logan and goes, so I can kind of come at this from the spirit side, maybe? And like he's got this look of like, he's wanted to try this kind of thing.
I was just going to try talking to them, but if you've got another idea.
Yeah, I would, before we start doing magic on them, feel like talking might help. Might be a good step 1. Because I feel like if you do the magic and they notice, talking to them is going to go badly.
Yes, that's fair.
And I'm trying not to actually have this start.
Yeah, okay. And he nods and
I
kind
am
of
intensely curious what would happen if I transform part of their body into silver, though.
Don't.
Nothing good to anyone within a 10-block radius, probably.
Fair.
yeah.
We're trying to not start.
That's a good way to set up a
fight.
chain of frenzies.
I know.
Do you say that out loud? Because
Chat's
I'm
like,
just
no,
gonna go,
bad
don't.
battle, Brimos.
Don't. All right. I am going to. I know I just said don't do a magic. I do want to do a. Telepathy is weird, and if they're not used to it, they won't know what the hell is up. I'm trying to let them know that I am the person they were chatting with in the shadow.
I mean,
Just say that.
You look a lot like yourself.
That's true. Yeah, right. I'm not really looking any different. Yeah, okay. I'm going to just start to slowly approach, like hands up, slight waving. Hi.
Okay. The two Rahu kind of shift and look over, see you approaching, and like there is a "Are you fucking kidding me?" expression as the two of them look from each other and then look back over at Logan, who just, normal human form, and it's just kind of not looming behind you, but there's definitely a like protective stance, probably him and Songbird behind Atratus. And right. Logan kind of gives them the chin of sup. They give it right back, and then kind of look down at you and bark something off to the side. And you watch as the end of a rifle, and Chloe, who you can basically recognize because Dalu doesn't completely change her face, kind of peeks over and sees, and there's a "what the fuck" from her, and then like
English, can we talk?
Right. And one of the Rahu with the shotgun kind of moves towards the front glass door and kind of nudges it open just that little bit and says, Chloe says, "What the fuck?"
We heard.
Yeah,
We just want to talk.
I'd like to talk. I want to try to mediate, I guess. I don't want this to turn into a fight.
I feel like your imago might be poisoning the air.
You know that we're werewolves. They're werewolves.
Yeah.
I'm aware, yeah. Yeah.
Aware.
And you're going to sit down between us and mediate. Like the glass kind of shuts, and she the Rahu kind of turns back. You can kind of hear the voices talking a little bit, just coming.
And
through.
I just say, I mean, look at all these guys here that are like, you can either talk to us or you can fight with them.
Okay. Yeah, like the grin, especially itty bitty little redhead. He goes, yeah, okay. And like there's some muffled talking between them and Chloe kind of pokes over, and then next to her is a fairly, make sure I have the right name. Brett, I think, was a small one. Yeah. And like maybe a 5'0" Asian American like girl kind of looks over, and they're curious and like making some hand motions in, and the two Rahu kind of like draw back from the door, and like as somebody's gonna like push it, pull it open, and you hear Chloe say, "No other werewolves," and motions in, and the five of you head into the 7-Eleven to mediate and try and figure out what the hell is going on.
Brenna kind of give like a thumbs up to Logan and Sergo again. Just like, it's cool.
Logan's like, man, I've seen what you guys can do. I ain't worried about you. I'm like, Songbird and Weird are both in there. It'll be fine. Yeah, so you guys make your way in one by one. Rose is looking like severely out of her depth, but also super excited. God damn it, Perry.
Probably very exciting and interesting.
Right. And they basically like Network and Rose clearly are like on the backside, kind of behind Songbird, because at the end of the day, you get behind Songbird because stuff blows up in front of Songbird.
True.
Yeah.
At the very least, it'll shield the blood explosions.
Right. But Rose makes mention, it's like, they're all werewolves, and you can definitely tell like she's thrown on like her beige sight, and she's just like drinking in the arcane.
She's got the spirit sight.
And she's looking around, and under her breath she's like, they don't have like an entourage or anything.
I think that's the problem.
Okay. Network kind of puts his hands up and says, "Hey guys, so I'm Network. I guess you've met Atratus, and the tall one there is Songbird, and Weird." And somebody goes, "Are you blind?" Sort of. Not really a disability for me. And can we all just sit together? Right. Can we all just sit together and talk? Atratus and I kind of want to not let you all blow everything up.
Yeah, we want to get you out of here intact and safe. And I mean, ideally, I would like to help you, I guess, find a place that can't be here because, for obvious reasons.
One of the males who looks Hispanic kind of snaps and goes, no, we're good. We don't need help. Chloe's like, shut the fuck up. Hang on. They're sorcerers. They're wizards. We don't fuck
literally
with this.
And I'm like, glance at Atratus. We're not helping.
That's a Stormlord thing. It's not a werewolf
That's a Stormlord thing.
Okay.
That's not
Okay.
Which I appreciate is 100% like would be in character.
Yeah.
We're just like, whoa, don't use that word. It's like, no, it's
Yeah.
fine.
Don't use
Those
the
guys,
H word.
Yeah. So Chloe's like, whoa, just shut up, hang on, because she was cool in she was cool in the Upside Down, guys. It'll be okay. We can talk with her. We'll figure this out. And you can see that she's looking and putting like, okay, you're you, and she's like, where's the Tarzan gal?
Doesn't know anyone else.
She's not here. She was a little bit shaken up from meeting you all. She doesn't normally
She's a
interact
friend.
with
She's
werewolves
not
in the
with
shadow.
us.
How many of there are you? There's 6 of you?
Just mages
In the
in
city?
general, or
Like,
us?
Just
yeah.
like in Manhattan, you mean? Or
And like you
Like 100.
you can watch, and like, she's behind some of the shelves, and you just kind of recognize that of somebody just kind of falling back and sitting down and going, how many fucking wizards are there in the world? What the hell? Like, and very clearly
you're in for. So
she's like, okay, hang on. We can meet up somewhere else for that talk. Who the fuck?
we can have story time, and I can tell you all the things that actually exist because it's a trip, right?
And yeah, so and Network kind of nods and says, okay, they're the locals. They don't want you here unless you're following their rules. They're cool though. They could have killed me and didn't. But I think
He would have deserved it.
he deserved to die.
Honestly,
listen, same
No
team,
offense,
guys.
but
Same team. I did deserve it, but they're cool. And like once you guys kind of come around, like the Rahu basically stay on the door and keep basically block your exit back out. And you can see that Chloe seems fine, but Brett has like her shoulder is just not quite meeting to her arm correctly, and things seem a little like disjointed, like she just like was thrown about, and there's some knocked over shelves and stuff like that. It's clear there was some low level interaction of violence, and then everything kind of like everybody disengaged.
Would
Songbird
Life Sight
help?
show me like how bad the damage is?
I believe yes. I think that's actually like flat out just part of Life Mage. Yeah, and allows to gauge how injured a character is with a glance. So
How injured are they?
Okay. She appears to be like she's got a couple points of lethal damage. So besides the shoulder, which comes up as basically a tilt, she's also got an arm rack tilt, and then several points of lethal damage, probably from like internal injuries. Beneath her clothes, she probably has some pretty gnarly bruises. And she's moving, like she's got some of that werewolf like regen that's working. And if she really needs to heal, she could, but it's like currently just like this sucks and I'm just going to bear with it kind of situation. That's kind of the expression she's got. Chloe is definitely like clearly looked her over. And that's why the two of them were kind of hunkered down.
I don't care about that.
Sure. And
if she was like, if she had like bite wound in her shoulder or something like that, then yeah, I might fix that up, but she'll be fine.
But still, I mean, this sucks.
She'll be fine.
I mean, literally,
it might be a good peace offering.
Right, but that's a Netratus thing, not a Songbird thing.
Yeah, I would say that. It's just like, oh, you're hurt, Songbird. Might be able to heal that if you would like.
Both Chloe and Brett are like a little skeptical and go, I think we're okay.
That's fine. They have no reason to trust us.
I mean, I know you'll get better. I'm aware of how y'all regenerate.
Which does not make them feel any better about wizards. And they go, okay, so let's
we can speed things up, but it's fine if you're fine. And
Brett gives you like a starts to lift one arm, goes, okay, I'm good, but yeah, let's talk about getting us the fuck out of here, and because those guys are a cult. And we're not into that. We're not getting involved in that. No thanks.
They're a pack.
What are you? What are you all? Is this some sort of like polyam sort of werewolf thing going on, or
werewolves?
Right, but why is there only 4 of you? And why don't you have a home?
Because actually, yeah, let's go ahead and do let's do a roll. And that's going to be manipulation. Trying to dig out some of that. But throw whatever skill you want on there. Probably present or persuasion.
You have your mediator condition.
Indeed. Thank you.
Yeah. I'll tack that on. Is that a
plus 2 dice?
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted to go +2 or exceptional success on 3.
You tell me.
Let's go exceptional success on 3.
Cool. Oh wait, you haven't rolled. I looked at the 11 dice, the last one. I was like, oh yeah, 6 successes. Good job. No, Drew. Wait for the little beep sound. 5 successes. It didn't matter. Cool. And so like they're definitely on the like hostile edge of like, listen, we don't need questions asked kind of vibe. But Chloe goes, okay, we're werewolves. We know there's others out there. We know we got these wacky cult that are messing around with the weird spirit things. Not our gig. We've seen all sorts of their kind. We're not interested.
You said something weird about the moon, though.
There are a bunch of weird, like, moon worshipping cultists. Like,
do y'all not have a relationship to the moon?
And you guys will have to forgive me for not remembering what moon goes with which, but other than Rahu's the full moon. But they're like, I mean, the moon does weird stuff to us on different days, but we're not like...
Yeah, it's also like...
No.
it's not the physical moon, really.
Yeah, we get the whole
Like
idea
a
of
moon
spirits. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
They have gifts.
We're not interested. We've seen them, and like one of the Rahu kind of growls, from behind you. Yeah, one tried to encourage me to go fight a giant weird rat thing. No thanks.
I mean, if you do that, you can get some pretty sweet bonuses,
Some
abilities,
some powers. Yeah.
Yeah.
For doing something, some weird thing from the fucking moon tells me to.
You're not into the idea of questing for a moon spirit to go get magic powers. What the fuck?
No.
and that's fine. You guys don't have to join the cult. They're not like forcing you to join them or anything. But you, just to put this in perspective, you've basically walked into a mosque or a temple or a church and said, "What you believe sucks," and then gave them the middle finger.
Yeah, I get it. And we wanted to leave.
I mean, I get it.
And then the big one threw, almost got Brett against the wall. All right. So now we're in here, and we'd love to leave, but those assholes have literally laid siege.
They want to make sure that you're not going to cause trouble in their territory.
Sure, and we want to leave.
Okay.
He could escort you out.
You got that kind of pull? Because there's a lot of them out there.
I mean, yeah.
If that's what you want.
sorry,
If you would like, I could literally turn you into a shadow and walk you out along the ground.
Oh, okay, let's just chill with the magic here, all right?
Please stop trying to freak them out.
I'm just saying, yes, we can get you out of here safely. I mean, we could also just go talk to them, see if they will just let you walk out if we're with you.
I mean, listen, and like, you can see some of that weariness coming across Chloe's face, and she's like, listen, we've been doing this for 3 years now. We just want to pick a spot where nobody shows up and goes, this is ours, get the fuck out.
Listen, I believe it when I say I get it. You just want to live your life, be left alone, and do your thing. Unfortunately, the world doesn't often work that way. People have been here longer. They know things you don't know. And without allies, you're going to keep having troubles like this.
So we should join up with the fucking moon cult.
That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, until you find out about a place, it's probably better to lay low and not be, pissing on the corners.
We were laying low. We were sneaking right on through till they showed up. Caught our scent or something, come chasing us down. Hey, we want to talk. Which is not a bad impersonation of Logan.
Yeah. He do be dumb, though.
And, oh, sure, we're going to talk. Guys show up looking like firefighters. We can trust them, sure.
I mean, they didn't show up looking like cops.
But, yeah. There is a lot you don't know. You could learn a lot from them.
Without necessarily
Jake,
having to be part of the moon cult.
Without having to join up. Yeah, they could teach you about all of this and what's going on and how to live with it.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion roll of some form, Tretis.
Wits, I guess.
Probably going to be presence or manipulation.
Okay. Presence and wits are the same.
Oh, there you go.
Peacemaker doesn't apply, does it?
I can't remember exactly what the text is for
Hey,
Peacemaker.
look what it does. It's not in the base book. It's in the Hurt Locker book.
Spend a willpower to attempt to negotiate a non-violent end to hostilities through social maneuvering. Oh, interesting. So yeah, basically, like in this case, you're good. This would be if there was an actual fight going on, you can spend a willpower to basically be able to, hey, stop, and everybody would actually pay attention long enough to
down.
Stop the shooting.
One success.
One success is all you need. So Chloe kind of sits back and kind of like pats Brett on the knee and says, "All right. Clearly, there's some stuff we're not getting that we don't get." Like the growls from the two gentlemen, like, hang on, don't like where this is going. So Chloe says, "So maybe we sit and talk." All right. They keep their whole join the pack, swear to the moon crap to themselves, and they educate us. And like when she's talking right over your head, she's talking to the guys behind, and like there's like Chloe, like these guys are trouble, like all of them. Everyone we've ever met is all fucked up in the head. And from the doorway, you hear Logan go, "Hey!"
I mean,
I wish he would just shut up.
To be fair, amongst werewolves we've met, these guys are chill. The others, literal feral wolf Nazis. So yeah, I can see how you might have had some run-ins.
So Chloe kind of eyes you up. Says, "Okay, so Little Miss Wizard here, who runs around the Upside Down with Arzan Lady, who isn't here, and then this whole group of you, including the blind guy who isn't blind, and kind of like looks over like Songbird to Rose, who has literally been like hands to Songbird's back, kind of like peeking around, and going, so all five of you, let me put this another way. Would you trust them, like, to...
Absolutely.
Bring in the good-looking one. We'll talk with him. Like, there's an elbow from Brett, and it's like, we'll talk with one of them. Get at least an idea of what they're after.
Ig is the boss, I guess. He's we're...
Wait, are they talking about Logan or Jake?
Reasonable? Yeah.
Yeah, no, that one. The big one, Jake. No, he can fuck off.
No, he's not gonna. I was not going to suggest you learn anything from him. I don't think he'd be willing to say much. But yeah, I go over the door and wave Logan in.
Logan kind of leans and goes, "What? But wait, what are we doing?"
They're willing
Have
to
a
talk.
deal.
Yeah.
They want to leave. You want them gone. They would like to be educated.
Oh, fuck, that's not me. Hang on.
Alicia.
Yes.
No, I'm not smart enough for this.
Not my job.
Alicia!
Yeah. Thank you. And like Alicia shows up and like is in like the firefighter medic, kind of kit and stuff like that, and shows up and like pokes her head in what, and quick catch up, and she's the
one who would be
Story
teaching
time.
you.
Get the fuck out the way. And Network goes, yeah, I'm sorry that the handsome one, we're gonna pull a substitution. You get the cousin of the handsome one, but it's okay, we like her better. And like the head duck. But Alicia kind of comes over and she's like, okay, cool, sup guys, and like eyes up the two like Rahu, in Dalu forming, says, y'all need to tone it down or you and I will just scrap real quick. And like the two of them stare her down, probably got a foot and a half on her, and go,
That's
all right. And you watch as they kind of shift back down into, their human selves. And like, cool, go sit, we'll have story time. And like has that very like Sunday school teacher meets like grumpy babysitter vibe. And she kind of pulls up and, sits cross-legged with them. And it's like, okay, let's start from the beginning, and starts into, this is the bullshit that happened way back when, as, the Forsaken werewolves, know it. And that is about break time. So to kind of figure out where we're going to go, do you guys chill and hang out, or is this like, we're gonna chill? And I mean, some of you guys might go different ways. Like, we're sticking here with them, or because like I know, for instance, like Rose is like is going to stay for all of story time, because this is
werewolf story time.
Right.
Yeah.
I imagine Songbird is like, whatever.
If there's no longer any
the fight's
real
happening,
threat of a werewolf fight and or Songbird having to turn someone into silver, we're good here.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. So the cabal kind of breaks up a little bit. I imagine Network, Atratus, and Rose at least are going to stay. I don't know where Weird falls.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm saying till it's done for sure.
Okay. I figured, but especially with like story time. Yeah. But Songbird's like, nobody's fighting. Everybody's safe. Fine, I'm done. And that is where we will pause for a little break. Twitch guys, stick around for a minute or two. YouTube guys will catch you next time. Oh man, this is what happens when I'm gone for a week. So of course, come by Discord. That is yeetinto.space. Come chat with us, hang out with us, share your stories, come hear about the werewolf stories, and I think 2 different mage games that the community folks are all sharing, which is very cool. There's probably a couple more than that, but those are the ones that I'm seeing get posted about regularly. And then of course, check the links in chat, both in Twitch and YouTube. At least for this one, I think if you catch this a little too late on YouTube, it'll probably, donation drive will already be done, but sorry. And then if you want to support us monetarily, check out some of the extra little stuff we've got, like character sheets for Network. And actually, I had their updated character sheets. I just haven't posted them. I need to do that, or actually I need to update them again and then post them, because they keep spending XP. Come by patreon.com/occultists anonymous or staylucky.club. Cool. I think that's it. Until next time.
Stay lucky.